Everybody, I'm Carrie. I'm one of the coaches here for our Shakeology challenge this week. And I am here today to tell you a little bit about what Shakeology has done for me and specifically to talk about some of the ingredients that are in Shakeology and what I really absolutely love about Shakeology. So, first of all, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my story and the benefits that I have had from Shakeology, among others. One of the things that has been really helpful for me is that I have noticed now that I have been drinking it every day for the past, approximately 3 months now. I have noticed a huge change in my hormones, just the balance that I have come into, both with hormonally with just my cycle, and then also just my overall moods. I used to have a lot of ups and downs during the month, especially in my moods, and they've really, really, really evened out a lot. And I've had some other awesome things that have happened hormonally that I would love to message you about. I'm not going to share over social media today, but I would love to do that. If that has been a struggle for you, I would love to have a chat with you about how that has affected me in the last 3 months, particularly. So I just want to go over 3 different super important ingredients that are in Shakeology. And they actually happen to be adaptogens. All 3 of them are adaptogens. And adaptogens are nutrients that help our bodies adapt, hence the name adaptogen, adapt to changes or stress that we put our bodies under, even knowingly or just, in just life, stresses and changes, and how our body adapts to them. So these 3 things are very important adaptogens and help out our bodies in numerous ways, but they all 3 of them do affect the endocrine system, which is the system in our body that helps our to help us to be in balance hormonally. And so I just want to preface this too with the fact that I am not a nutritionist. I am not a scientist. I am a geek. I will admit that I am a nerd. I love to research, and I find nutrition very intriguing, and so I am sorry if I'm going to geek out here for a little while talking about adaptogens, but just bear with me. I hope that you get something out of it. So the 3 different things that I want to talk to you about today, 3 ingredients in Shakeology that I want to share with you are Maca Root, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit of Astragalus, and then Ashwagandha. And all of them, like I said before, are adaptogens, so they help our body respond and adapt to change and stress that we put our bodies under. So Maca Root. First of all, Maca Root is a sort of like a radish type of a plant, and it grows at very high altitudes. The Maca Root in Shakeology comes from the Andes Mountains, specifically in Peru. And Maca Root has been known for being a nourishing and healing plant for thousands of years. They've used it. It's grown in very sustainable ways. It is a fair trade. And this is one thing that I absolutely love about Shakeology, is that they go out to all parts of the world to find these quality ingredients so that the integrity of Shakeology can be super high. They are not going to get something that's second rate and put it in Shakeology, which is awesome. And they're also going to be supporting those local farmers and communities by doing so, which is awesome. It falls completely in line with what I believe and what I what I stand for. So I love anything fair trade. And so the fact that they go out and they are paying these farmers a fair wage and getting quality stuff is awesome. A cool thing about Maca Root is that when it grows, because of where it's located, way high up in the mountains, there are very few pests that are there, just because there aren't many things that can live up that high. And so it is a lot easier to grow that with less processing, because basically they don't have to use pesticides or anything like that. It's grown in soil that is nutrient dense. The reason why most of the things that are in Shakeology do not come from the United States originally is because we do not have nutrient dense soil anymore, because of the years and years and years and years and years and years of farming practices and using pesticides and all of that stuff. So that is one thing that I absolutely love about Shakeology, is that the ingredients are coming from places where the soil is still nutrient dense, which is great. So it's supporting, like I said before, it's supporting the farmers, it's supporting those communities there, and we are getting a great product in the end. Maca Root was something that was so held in such a high regard that actually when Spain, when Peru was a Spanish colony, you could actually pay your taxes in Maca Root, which is kind of interesting. It was basically currency. So what does it do? It helps endurance, it helps with your strength and your stamina, and energizes the central nervous system. And 19 of the 22 essential amino acids are in Maca Root. The cool thing that I've noticed as I have been researching all of this is that each of these ingredients that are in Shakeology have a wide array of awesome benefits, and also elements within that root or within that berry or whatever that have so many different healing properties or benefits. Not just, Maca Root doesn't just have protein in it, let's say, or just have a certain vitamin. It has this huge array of all of them, and so all of these different ingredients working with each other in synthesis is what makes Shakeology such an awesome thing. Let's see. So how is it processed? I kind of touched on this before. It's not overly processed. They don't have to really do anything to it. They just dry it and pulverize it into a powder, and then it gets put into Shakeology. The second ingredient that I wanted to tell you about is called Astragalus, and maybe you've heard about this one before. It's kind of a popular one. It's also adaptogen. It helps to maintain blood sugar levels and balance hormones, so it's working again on that endocrine system. And then the third one is Ashwagandha, and Ashwagandha is actually from India. Oh, moving back, Astragalus is actually from China, and so that is sourced there and put into your Shakeology. Ashwagandha is also a great, super powerful root and plant, actually. It grows in India and North Africa and the Middle East. And ashwagandha really works with the adrenal glands. Your adrenal glands are what kind of take the brunt of stress on your body, whether it's stress from eating poorly or physical stress, emotional stress. Stress can affect your adrenal glands, and then your adrenal glands, of course, are going to affect your hormone balance. So ashwagandha works in that regard to help balance all those hormones for you. So again, one of my favorite things about Shakeology is just the fact that it is a super, super high quality product. You could go to GNC and grab a bottle of, I don't know, ginkgo, or you could grab a bottle of ashwagandha off the shelf and not totally know exactly A, where it came from, or B, what part of the plant that is in that bottle. There aren't a lot of rules about how, our standards, I should say, about certain herbs and certain ingredients, and sometimes companies that are only looking at the bottom line for, how much they can sell something for, how much they can make on it. Technically, you can grind up any part of the plant and call it ginkgo or call it ashwagandha. But Shakeology, because of the quality and because of the integrity of the product, they are grabbing the part of that plant that does have the best benefits to it, whether it's the root or the leaves or the berries or whatever. You know that you're getting the right part of the plant that's actually gonna do what it says it's gonna do. And again, you could buy all of these specific 75 or whatever there are. I think it's more than 75 different ingredients in Shakeology. And you could go to GNC or whatever and buy all that, but it doesn't mean that if you take each one of those little capsules or whatever, that is going to have the same benefits as Shakeology, because it wasn't, you're basically recreating something that already exists. And the scientists have perfected this. It's made in a lab, not a factory. So they have figured out this formula and know what works in synthesis with what, and the amounts and everything. And so that's why it does what it does. So again, one other thing that I was going to mention was the fact that they are constantly working on the formula. It changes over time. When they find out about something that has had a lot of research done recently that either has a negative outcome or a positive outcome, they're going to adjust the formula. Recently in July, they did end up taking the acai berry out of Shakeology. If you have one of the newer bags of Shakeology, you'll notice either you have a brand new bag where they don't have a sticker on it, but literally there's a sticker on my vegan bag here that covers up the acai berry because they took it out. Maybe they must have had more bags than they had Shakeology. So they do that every once in a while to make sure that the integrity of the product is going to be great. So thank you so much for listening. I am going to post in the comments one of my favorite videos about Shakeology that talks about where all these different things are from. So if you if you have dreams and hopes of traveling in the world someday, you can do that in about a 6-minute video and learn more about Shakeology. All right, take care, guys. Thanks for listening.